everyone, welcome to my channel. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Grishma, and in this particular video we would be talking about the Belgian visa, the different questions in the interview process you can expect. So since I was an Erasmus student, I didn't had any specific interview round for the Belgian visa, but I know students who did have a round of questions. So I have gathered this information from them, and I am just putting it forward so people who are applying can benefit from this particular video. Without any further delay, let's dive right into it. The questions are right in front of the screen, so I would be reading it from my laptop. First question: briefly explain the reasons for your choice of study program. So you just need to explain why are you choosing this program, what are your motivations. So basically you must have provided your motivation letter for the program. Just need to be thorough with what is your motivation and about the program, and also a comparison between, is there no such program available in India that you're doing abroad. So you have to just give a contrast and not exactly demean the country, that is demean the colleges in India, but rather say how it can explore and all of those things. So if you want a detailed video for the answers that you can give, you can just put it down in the comment section and I'll make a separate video for each question's answers. Okay, so now second question is, explain the connection between your current study program and the studies you intend to follow in Belgium. So it is also something related to the motivation letter that you must have submitted. So is your background that you have done, for example, I did food technology in as my bachelor's. So I am doing food system engineering, so both are interconnected, and I know that it would be an upscaling from my current knowledge that I would be having. So you need to give the explanation if you're someone who is doing something extremely different. For example, you did engineering and now you want to do MBA, so you have to support like why this change and why not something to continue with your bachelor's degree, or rather relate it with your work experience. So some kind of relationships you have to show in order to determine your motivation. Third question here is, indicate any professional experience in connection with the studies you intend to follow in Belgium. Specify your position and your responsibilities in this context. So you have to say, for example, I worked as a research associate in a food company. So that is the position that I hold, and it was also something that was related to the bachelor's degree I did and the master's program I was applying to. So there was, you can see these connections, so there is a connection. So you have to showcase that connection. If it is not related, you need to pick up some points that motivated you to do something else. So you have to be smart enough and not just be blank when they ask you these questions. Question: explain the steps taken to obtain your admission or enrollment in your chosen studies in Belgium. So what are the steps you took in order to ensure that you are admitted into the program? You can say like, I followed people on LinkedIn, I contacted the university professors, I emailed them, I was communicating with them about my studies, and these are the bachelor's things I have done. So you can talk something more about it. You can say that I went to the university website, browse through the program, and then you can also give some statistics, maybe would be better. For example, I am interested in some field, so I will say I know that this field will have this percentage of growth, and that is why I choosing this university. Question: what obstacles have you encountered? Were you able to gain admission to or enroll in the studies you had planned, or did you have to change your choice? Explain. So be very, very honest. Say that you applied for ABC college, and if you were rejected from B and C and accepted for D and A, then say why were you accepted or why were you rejected, what are the things that you would have done better or something of that sort. But don't make it too negative. And if you're being accepted into two programs, you can say I applied to these two programs and got accepted. Just be honest. Just make sure that you are giving answers which are to the point. Don't over elaborate anything, don't try to glorify anything. Just say as it was, because if you're applying to Belgium university, you would have done your research, you would have done the hard work that it takes from apostilling the documents, writing SOPs, motivation and letters and whatnot. So make sure that you portray all that at honesty also in your interview process, and just lay out honestly whatever it is. So the next question is, name the major 5 courses of your upcoming studies in Belgium. So it could be any of the 5 modules that you are having in your semester, or overall in the whole 2 years. Make sure you have these terms and these things right in your mind, because if anyone asks you, this should be some things that you should know. You can also use this to say why you applied to that university, so what motivated to apply for that university. Next question, what are your alternatives if you do not succeed in your study? So there are two ways you could answer it. If you have never failed in any exam, you can say that you have been determined, and your consistency has proved that nothing of that sort can happen even ahead, and even if you fail, you would get back. You cannot foresee what will happen in the future, but the only thing that has kept you going is your perseverance and your consistency. Hence, you can as of now say that nothing bad can happen in that particular aspect, as you like to stay optimistic. Okay, and if you have someone who might have seen some setbacks or something of that sort, so you can say that you have already seen such kind of setbacks and you have bounced back with double force. So you know what are the things you should not do to get back in that same situation again. So you can answer it in this particular manner. So for this particular video, I think I have covered every single questions that is possible, and no question apart from this could be asked. Yes, there is one question that comes to my mind which was not there in any of the students I spoke to, rather was not asked to any one of them, is that do you plan to come back to your country to do your work or something. You can say that yes, you do plan to come back, but not right after your education. You plan to gain some social exposure, some work exposure, so that you can bring back to your country and serve the country in the way it is needed, or something of that sort. So you can make it in that particular sense and answer the questions. I hope all of the questions and everything was helpful to you, and if you have any doubts, anything, please put it in the comment section. I will try my level best to make a video out of it. And if you have liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, because that keeps me motivated. And see you soon with my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.